Take a turn now. A convicted terrorist from Chicago appeared today in court, a courtroom in India, where he'd been extradited and now faces the death penalty for his alleged role in the 2008 Mumbai attack by Pakistani extremists.
Now, it is a case that NBC Chicago investigative reporter Chuck Gowdy has been following for years now. And Chuck joining us in studio with some late details. Chuck?
Allison, Stefan, Tahawur Rana is a convicted terrorist from Chicago who went from fighting extradition to now fighting execution in India. Rana is in New Delhi tonight facing near certain conviction on some of the same charges he managed to beat in Chicago. The Pakistani national and was a Rogers Park travel agent in 2008 when authorities say he helped a plot to carry out a commando raid by Pakistani terrorists on the city of Mumbai. It was a 4-day siege of Mumbai by heavily armed terrorists who killed 166 innocent victims, including 6 people from the United States. American victims were the entree for federal charges against 2 Chicago men, North Side businessman Tahawur Rana and David Coleman Headley. They were boyhood friends growing up in Pakistan. Headley pleading guilty and testified against Rana at trial. Rana was convicted of financial ties to the Pakistani terror group Lashkar-e-Taiba, but acquitted of the specific Mumbai charge. Regardless, following a long extradition fight in court, U.S. law enforcement turned over Rana to agents from India's NIA, the National Investigation Agency, and today Rana appeared in a New Delhi courtroom, seen here wearing a black hood as he was escorted with heavy security. Rana and his U.S. legal team had argued that a trial in India on charges that he already faced in Chicago was double jeopardy, but appeals all the way to the Supreme Court in Washington found otherwise. Here in India, attorneys for the Chicago man now say that if he survives the nation's notoriously brutal and unsafe prison conditions, he is likely to face a guilty verdict regardless of the facts, and then death by hanging. Tahawur Rana's fight against execution in India is exactly why his co-defendant, Chicago and David Headley, originally pleaded guilty. Headley's deal with the feds in Chicago prohibits his extradition to India precisely because he didn't want to die under that nation's capital punishment laws. Allison?
Chuck, thank you.